Last time on Thursday Night Therapy, Torrin studied the strange twin-bladed dagger she now held in her hands. Although able to identify at least some of the weapon's properties, part of its magic remained ominously unknown. Captain Fletcher, now somewhat concerned, advised simply to dispose of it, just to be on the safe side. Torrin, though, with a little show and sparkle, was able to assure Fletcher and told him she had placed a protective spell upon it. With the captain reassured, our heroes were able to continue their journey. They spent the night anchored on the open sea, and other than an odd green glow on the horizon, the night was uneventful. And the following day, they resumed their voyage towards Goat's Head, where Fletcher had decided to disembark, at least for the meantime. Late in the afternoon, Cogwood up in the crow's nest spotted a ship off the starboard bow. The crew cautiously approached and spied a vessel, sitting off-keel with its sails flapping idly in the wind. As the silent howl began to circle the ship at a safe distance, Des and Lani decided to swim directly up to it. It initially appeared to be unmanned, but as they stepped onto the tilted deck, 4 large fish-like humanoids emerged from their hiding places and attacked. With Dev firing his bow and Torrin using Zima to deliver some shock attacks, Des and Lani made relatively short work of these fishy foes. And although Dev spotted 3 more lurking at the prow, it would seem they reconsidered their ambush after seeing their friends fall so easily, and made their escape beneath the waves. The hold of the ship, it would turn out, was mostly full of dead fish and dead crew. Only Des able to find anything of any possible value. A crude necklace made from a finger of strange-looking metal. Back aboard the Howl, our heroes continued their journey, and as evening slowly arrived, our heroes arrived at Goat's Head. And from the view of the deck, as they cut into the harbour, Goat's Head looked like a town of music and rowdy merriment, an array of alcohol, gambling, and commissionable company. Basically, all the good stuff. And that's where we'll pick up this week. Whoop whoop.
Oh, yeah, Torrin.
Yeah, what's up?
This necklace I found here, is it giving you any kind of EBGB kind of, magicalness?
Where did you find that one?
Back on the ship.
Oh, alright. Well, I can have a look at it, but it might take me a little while.
Yeah, we can carry on. I mean, I was going to put it on, but I have realised that potentially putting it on without knowing what it does, I can end up turning into a fish person, which I don't really fancy.
That is a fair point. If you leave that with me, I've got a few things that I want to do on shore, but I can come back to the ship and have a look if you want.
No worry. Just when you got time.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Thank you very much.
What have you got anything you want to do on land? Anything specific, or?
No, you know me. I tend not to plan too far ahead.
So you're gonna get drunk and fight someone?
Potentially.
Excellent. Are we gonna make some money from it this time?
Potentially. I mean,
Excellent.
This time. Hold on a minute.
Oh, I mean, like the fact that we go everywhere and fight something. Like, now we're in a port, we'd like to make money from our fighting. I know you did very well last time, which is why I inquire.
I mean, that's usually the plan.
Yeah, so, sounds like a fun idea. Let's get your head kicked in by someone and let's earn some money.
Yes, that's about right. Story of my fucking life.
Indeed. What about you, Devvie? You got any plans while we're ashore?
Well, that would entirely depend on how secure things look over here. If you
Fair.
get what I mean.
Oh, I most certainly do.
But I don't know. It depends on how far. What's his face? Who's that chap we met? That nice guy in the squibs.
Oh, what's his socks? Pegsworthy.
That's him. Yeah. I mean, it depends. If he's just someone who lives here, then you know, who's to say what could happen? But if this is quote unquote his town, I don't really want to go rocking that boat. If you know what I mean. He seems like a good person to have as an ally.
That's a very good point. That might change one of my plans.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
I mean, no, I'm not going to do anything unscrupulous in this new city. Not at all. Why would you ever think such a thing?
Not yet, anyway.
Let's go in. Let's go in nice and cool. You know, let's check the place out first. See where the land lies. See what's what, and then make plans from there.
Sounds good to me. I've got a little thing that you might be interested in later. With a certain someone, and I'm going to look towards the deck of the ship. I think I figured out the last piece to that particular puzzle. So, something I might try tonight, if you're up for it.
Oh, that soon, y'all. Yeah, you know me.
Yeah,
Always up for the weird and the wonderful.
yeah, had an idea how to fix a bit of that spell I wasn't too sure on.
Okay.
But looks like I've managed it, so I might try it tonight.
What about you, Lanny? Any plans?
Well, I mean, there's one thing that I was trying to do in, was it the Blood Cove we were in before? I want to find someone that could do me a new tattoo. You see these ones that I've got? I want to kind of add to them a little bit.
Oh, I'm sure we'll be able to find someone here.
You know what? I was thinking maybe almost like a scene of battle with featuring everything we've kind of fought so far. Thought would be quite cool.
An illustration of our adventures so far.
Oh, that sounds like a pretty fun idea.
I could be like the means of our keeping our story, as it were.
Lanny, that's very... Oh, that's very imaginative. I like that.
It's one thing we do. We kind of show our story. It's the way we do things.
Everywhere we go, our captain has our deeds on his chest.
Yeah.
Well, I like that. That's a good way of doing it.
It's almost poetic.
That sounds pretty good to me.
Oh. Hey, let's not cause any bother until Lanny's had his tattoos done, because you know you don't want someone drawing a massive cock on his back.
Yeah,
that would be good. Wouldn't that?
yeah. Let's.
I mean, I can't see us finding many cocks to fight.
I don't know.
Uh,
If someone draws a giant cock on there, it could be symbolic of the time we had to deal with Plug.
well, there is that, I suppose.
No, he was full of chicken shit, but I don't think it's the type of cock that your brother was referring to.
Big chicken.
Yeah,
Yes,
Lanny,
Lanny.
big chicken.
Yeah, big chicken.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how big do they get?
You know, cluck cluck, all that jazz. Oh no, how big does a chicken get? Anybody?
Well,
How big's your cock? Yeah, ask that to every merchant that you see. How big's your biggest cock?
let's not.
I am abandoning this line of conversation, and I'm going to the pub.
Be off with you. Oh shit! I should probably tell the crew what we're doing.
It's probably a good idea.
What are we doing? What shall I tell the crew?
At this
Behave.
point, the Howl would have been sailed in to the harbour found a spot relatively central upon the south side dock. And as the crew are tying everything up and off and preparing, Captain Fletcher approaches your... Well, welcome to Goat's Head, my friends. What do you think, eh?
Not too shabby from the deck.
What kind of place?
Oh, you can have a lot of fun here indeed. And he points to the building. And you can see from here, like, there's a lot of bars here. This seems to be a town where people come to enjoy themselves, spend their money.
Where have we docked, Mr. DM, sir?
I'm going to say, like, right... Are you looking at the map?
I'm looking at Goat's Head now.
So I'll say you're just underneath the building marked 20.
Gotcha.
Oh, yes. Okay. Wonderful.
Right under the 20. That's fair.
Mm-hmm. And although I have given you a map with some numbers on...
there is no key.
Yes, I've deliberately not given you a key.
Oh, no, that's fair.
Well, shit.
We don't know it yet. That's fine.
To represent the random and unorthodox nature of this town. So you'll just have to ask around, or you can ask as you come to them, and I shall tell you.
Sweet. Sounds good to me.
That's all you're getting.
Something is just... I've just realised that at some point I am going to have to make an Excel sheet of my notes, because I'm looking at this and it is absolute chaos. I have no idea what we've been doing. If I only had this to go on, I have no idea what we've done so far. This is ridiculous. Sorry, carry on.
Wait,
Now, I was just going to say, from the point that you've made, Doc, you can see that 20 seems to be some sort of shipyard.
Right. Wonderful. Okay.
And there's at least a couple dry docks there, and one of which a ship seems to be having some sort of repair work done to it.
Lovely. So 20. Let me just write this in amongst my plethora of random notes.
Wait, you guys are making notes?
Yep.
I wish I had. None of them make any sense.
I have the notes that Torrin would care about, very specifically.
Yeah.
Fletcher has shown you the town, and he kind of looks back at you, and then look at the town again, and you can see that his smile slightly stiffens.
What's the matter?
Oh, nothing. I just... Now that I'm here, I'm slightly... This is not a dangerous town, per se, but I suddenly feel very self-conscious about walking around here with all that gold.
Insight check.
Go for it.
12.
He seems honest as far as you can tell.
Fair.
It seems genuine, and I mean, what he's saying does make sense. So
yeah, fair enough.
Well, what do you want to do? You want to keep it below deck for now?
Yeah, I think best. Let's leave it on the ship right now. I mean, it's best we keep a few people on board just to keep an eye on it.
We always
do
anyway, yeah.
And then I'll figure out what I'm going to do, and maybe I can look into. I could probably hire some people to look out for me, or that sort of thing. I don't know, but you're right. We'll leave it there for the moment.
I'll tell you what, we won't go anywhere until we see you nice and sorted. All right. So don't worry about us running off or anything like that. We'll stick around until you are comfortable and you've got a plan sorted out.
The captain's quarters are yours until you leave the ship. They are. They are there, and until you are safe and sound and know where you're going, you are still our captain and our friend.
Well, I'm very grateful to hear that. I must say it has been a pleasure sailing with you folks.
It has.
Likewise.
Still don't trust him.
Did you say that loud?
Yeah?
You should got to be
Gives
quiet.
you an odd smile. Well,
Papa, don't trust no one. Don't take it personal.
no, it's a little bit of distrust is always quite sensible. So
It's
I don't.
part of the
really take
life,
it
I
personally.
suppose, isn't it?
Right, like I said, it's you don't want to ever be completely trusting of anybody. Always have a backup plan. Right.
Indeed.
What say we do then?
Well, is there a quartermaster or dockmaster rather that we've got to sign in with or
Oh, look.
produce
techni-
papers for? Or
No. Technically, there's a dock master, but unless he's paying attention, you'll be fine. And they don't really tend to do stuff like paperwork around here.
lovely.
Enough?
This is a very free living, like live and let live type of town. You know what I mean?
Bit of a loose on the law kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of seems like regulates itself, if you know what I mean.
Lovely. So
So-
who do we have to look out for then? If it ain't official law masters, then clearly there's someone that we may potentially want to either steer clear of or make ourselves known to.
Not necessarily known to, but just keep your eye out. I mean, I don't want to say gangs, but there are like, let's say groups of people here that just look out for each other. And of course, any of the crews of the ships that partake in this harbour, they'll be looking out for each other. So just be careful. You know what I mean?
Fair. That sounds all right.
Standard practice, I reckon.
Yeah, I think you folks look like you know how to handle a place like this. I'm not worried, but just don't go causing no trouble. Because, like I said, there's no town guard or anything like that here. So, if you do get caught doing something you shouldn't be, well, you're not going to get taken to jail or nothing. You ain't going to be given no fine, but you might end up on the pointy end of someone's sword, if you know what I mean. Not
Frontier
necessarily the
justice.
better. Yeah, like that. So
So don't get caught then.
Yeah.
at least that.
Give him a little sly smile. Yeah, we get what you're saying. Just don't get caught.
Mm.
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 Well, right. Fancy getting a drink, or what do you fancy now that we're here?
Well, is there anywhere that you recommend?
Well, what sort of thing are you after?
Wine.
Wine? I mean, if you're looking for somewhere fancy,
Oh no, not fancy wine, just wine.
oh right. Well,
I want alcoholic, not good.
Well, I think I could recommend the Rusty Kraken, if you like.
The Rusty Kraken.
The
That
Rusty
sounds
Kraken,
like a fantastic place to drink.
and it is also right over there. And he points to the number 22.
Why is there number 22 in the middle of the sky?
Well, where is number?
Just above the dockyard.
Ah, yes. 22, the Rusty Kraken.
Beautiful. We will, I suppose, head that way. What do we reckon about the crew?
Well, I reckon.
Same as last time with a rolling watch.
Well, I think leave half of them on board,
Okay,
just while the good captain's goods are still with us.
sounds like a good idea. To be fair.
I would say it's similar to in Blood Cove. As you've reached port, the entire crew is kind of now like assembled and they're kind of just mingling there, waiting for specific orders of what they can and can't do.
Yeah. Okay, I will we'll look at Lanny and say anything specific, or shall I just tell him the usual?
I think the usual. I mean, like we said, we got to look after Mr. Fletcher's booty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe some of them could go on football.
Yeah. Well. I've got a. Which of the crew do you particularly trust?
You asking me of your crew?
Well,
No. Of no. I'm asking Lanny. This is just to Lanny. Which of the crew do we particularly trust? Rosie and Sandara are very good to us, and how do you feel about Tally? He's been doing fairly well as a navigator, and Croup has done very well for us. So I might get Croup to organise the crew into who can stay and who can go for today.
Now that you say his name, you realise the entirety of the crew is stood on deck except for Creep.
Where is Groot? I mean,
he might be asleep. I better go down and I'll go down and see if he's
No, maybe we'll
passed out.
Maybe we'll leave him passed out if he is, and I'll get Sandara to give out some tasks for people, resupplies and the latter, and leave and such. If you're all right with that, Lanny. Sorry,
yeah.
Captain Skullcrusher.
Yeah, I mean that sounds good. Good idea. Yeah, you do that.
Alrighty then. I'll thaumaturgy my voice. It's like, right, you horrible bastards. This is Goat's Head. This is the same as before. Don't be a twat, because you are all tied to our name. We're going to do things slightly differently, at least for now. There's only going to be half of you at a time going off the ship, and we'll rotate that round. Sandara, can you come forward?
Yes.
Right, you all know Sandara. She is going to say who is going to go off for today and who's going to stay on ship and guard and prep for future journeys. We're still getting used to this ship, so it's better to have more people on board. But we'll rotate it round so you all can have your leave and you'll all get to enjoy yourselves. Are we clear?
Aye.
And I'll cut the spell and I'll just say to Sandara, just chuck half of them off and get some of them to do some resupplies, would you? We just general things, food, water, any spare wood for repairs and such. If you need any help, I think Croup's passed out below, but he'll be able to give you a hand. All right?
Okay.
Thank you, love. Appreciate it.
We consider possibly upgrading the armaments of our crew if they're going to be protecting the ship going forward. You know, asking around if anyone needs a new sword or armor or whatnot.
It's a very good idea.
Does not sound like a bad idea, actually. I'm looking at some armament purchases myself, so I could inquire at a blacksmith later on if anyone wants to join me. Maybe I can sweet talk a bulk buy kind of thing off of them.
I'm always interested in seeing what's in the shop. See what new weapons I can get. Maybe.
Yeah, it could be an interesting one. Do any of you boys need anything? armament-wise? Or weapons?
They've got my spear. Not particularly interested in armour, unless you got some sort of magical braces of some sort.
You know, I'm always on the lookout for something that is a little bit special. I'll just keep my eyes open.
Sounds good. So, special and accessories. Gotcha. I suppose me and Lanny can go on a little shopping trip a little bit later on. Let's drinking sounds like that's the order of the day, and
I mean, isn't that that's the
lay of the land and all that jazz?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. If I can find someone who will pay me to punch somebody else, then that's all for the better.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you, Captain Fletcher?
What are you looking for? Like, well, you can pick a fight just about anywhere if you like, but I assume you're talking about prize fighting.
Definitely,
yes.
Prize fighting.
Gambling.
I don't know if they do that sort of thing around here. Not like they do back in Blood Cove.
Yeah, you can punch the snot out of anybody you likes, but we'd rather you get paid for it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't wait a couple hours and there'll be all punch-ups out here in the street, but an actual match for money, I don't know about that. I'll have to ask around.
Well, in that case,
fair
it's
enough.
a case of, punching other people so they fall over and then picking their pockets. Lovely.
That could work until you knock out the wrong guy and then piss off the aforementioned gangs.
Well, it does also depend on whether or not there is a code of sorts here. Like I said before, let's not try to piss anyone off on our first few nights, because we don't know who's allied with who.
Yeah.
You know me, bruv, I never go out of my way to piss people off.
You don't go out your way, it just bloody happens. Yeah, exactly.
There is a kind of code here. If you've moved a little, I guess you're still on the ship. I'll wait.
Well, I think maybe we'll start walking, shall we, friends?
Yeah.
I was going to
All right,
say,
you horrible lot. What the fuck you doing? Sandara, hand out their jobs, and you lot, I don't know, fucking look busy.
Okay. So if you turn to leave, you can hear Sandara start to talk to the crew, a little sheepishly at first, but she seems to be able to.
As we're walking off, I'll walk past her and tap her on the shoulder, and cast guidance on her with a little word of, "You'll do great, love. Don't worry."
Without you, she see her take a short breath, and with a little bit more confidence than before, she begins issuing orders. As you disembark the ship, head down the dock, and you reach kind of like a little square. And you can see on one side there seems to be something like a notice board. And Captain Fletcher does point to it.
Yeah, I would go to that as soon as he points to it.
Yeah. It is completely empty, except for one single piece of paper, which has been nailed onto the wood with a dagger. And written, or I should rather say scrawled, on this piece of paper is the following, which is barely legible because of the awful spelling. But it basically says, "No laws nor lords. Everyone is his own master. We are the last bastion of freedom."
Okay.
I like it.
Preachy.
And that's it.
And there's no hint of a guard presence here in this city at all. So, just sort of, I think I'll probably get a little chuckle out of Torrin.
Yeah, like I said, they're just kind of like, every man is a free man, or lady, of course, but
Give a little nod.
Fair enough.
It works, though. I mean, to an extent. It's kind of surprising, really, but...
Right, well, yeah, let's go get a drink. And then, I wouldn't mind trying to find out if Captain Pegsworthy's in dock.
You know Captain Pegsworthy? Bloody hell. You know Captain Pegsworthy?
Oh, we met briefly at the Squibs.
A passing knowledge of each other's existence.
Like ships in the night, you might say.
Oh, right, I see. I have heard of the fellow. I've never met him myself.
He seems
Good
fairly
bloke.
decent, yeah.
Well, I heard he's a decent type.
Gave us some good advice and helped us out with a little problem we had. And in turn, we helped him. So
Lovely.
he's a good one to know. Apparently, we might try and find him while we're about here. If he's even in dock.
Might still be out on the seas, but that's all right. We'll catch up with him later. I'm sure this is probably going to become one of our regular stop-offs, I imagine.
Probably. We'll have a look. Seeing if any of his fleet are in, and if they know his whereabouts. If we can't find him specifically.
Right. Oh, one other question, Captain. Is this a good port for offloading booty?
Oh, yeah, of course you can offload stuff here. I mean, you might not get the best prices, but it doesn't really matter what it is or where you've got it from, if you know what I mean.
That's pretty much what I meant.
You'll find a buyer for just about anything here.
Wonderful. That's good to know. Let's
We
go get that drink.
We are pirates after all. Right. He leads you across the square towards this large building marked number 22. As you walk, you're starting to get a read of the folk here. As I said, a lot of them do seem like piratey types. There's a number of ships in harbour, so you assume there must be a decent amount of pirates wandering around here. Lanny is getting a few looks, just because he's a bit different, I would say. I mean, the majority of people here are human. There are non-humans here, and it's not that Lanny is completely an oddity, but I think it's just he's very large,
Very big.
and he's very big, and he's dressed slightly unusually, and it's just, I think it's more just like they're noticing something that they haven't seen here before. So,
With each person that looks at Lanny, he just kind of does like a wry smile and just nods. Each person passes.
So Fletcher leads you around up to the front doors of this relatively large building. And above the door is what looks like... Do you remember those... I had one as a kid. It was like a triceratops, but made out of like flat pieces of wood that you lock together. It made like this skeleton.
I remember those.
It's something like that, but it makes a kraken.
Okay.
And it's made out of like thick sheets of iron that have been cut into the shapes and then like pieced together to form this kraken, which is partly like hanging down over and around the door, but it's obviously been there a while because it's become quite rusty, and thus the name, the Rusty Kraken.
Awesome.
I like it.
Good places here. Excellent food, I must say. Decent drink, and they've got very nice rooms there as well. Some of the best rooms in town. So, I do like to. I did like to stay here when I used to swing by in my younger days.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, if we ever want a night off the ship, we can we can maybe treat ourselves.
Oh, I think I'll probably get a room here tonight. My first night off of the ship in a long time.
Do you want a member of the crew to be near you for protection, or?
Oh, I don't know about that. I'll probably have my boys come with me for tonight, and
Well, that was what I meant. If you wanted to take any of your boys away from the ship. That's not a problem.
I thought I'd like to treat them tonight. So, I mean, we'll let them take care of the ship for now, and then we'll see about that later on.
Yeah.
Right. And he pushes open the double doors, and you swing inside. You see, it's a relatively large place. As I said, it's 2 stories. There's obviously rooms upstairs, and there seems to be interesting decorations, and I mean, just like kind of like adventuring gear, let's say, has been hung up around the walls. There seems to be a small stage on one side of the bar, a large bar, of course. And as you walk in, you see a very attractive, black-haired young woman behind the bar. She has a streak of white on each side of her parting, and these almond-shaped eyes and fine features. And as you walk in, she looks directly at you, gives you a very warm smile, a brief wave, and then she gestures to an empty table on one side of the room, and just says, "I'll take a seat. I'll be with you in a second."
Just adding to my notes, sexy barmaid at Rusty Kraken.
Of course. Yeah.
Torrin's got her own needs.
Of course. Yeah, give her a friendly nod and head on over to the table. As we're sitting down, I'll also say, Captain Fletcher, is there, I know this is quite a lawless town, but are there any places of holy worship or anything around here?
Oh, right. Well, kind of. It's a bit of a mishmash here, you see. They do have a building up on the north side of the town. They call it the Cathedral, which is a bit of a nickname as far as I know, which does not seem to cater to one specific god, but kind of all of them at the same time. It's like a little collective of shrines and altars all under one roof.
Multiple
Generic
faith.
only house.
Sorry, what?
A kind of generic only house.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, there's all sorts in there. I'm not particularly religious man myself, but I think I had a look in there once before. There's all sorts.
Wonderful. That's brilliant. I'll need to take a trip up there at some point. What time of day is it, DM?
It's getting dark.
Oh, right, okay. Not today, then.
The sun would have been setting as you arrived, and it's just getting dark now.
Okay. Right. Right, okay then. Right, I forgot something. We forgot to pay the crew. So, just have a look.
We don't have any money. We only just paid them, didn't we?
Yeah,
you did pay them. You did pay them in Blood Cove. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We haven't done anything since Blood Cove.
That's a good point. We haven't actually picked up much in the way of riches or plundered anything, have we? So,
which is why we wanted to find Pegsworthy and not Pegsworthy.
Yes.
Yeah, Pegsworthy, and see if he's got any leads on
jobs.
A good shipping lane that might need a bit of plundering.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be plundering. You know, if there are jobs going in which we might be able to, I don't know, escort people or take people down. Or take
legitimate employ.
I wouldn't go that
far. I mean, we could go that far. Not long term, of course, but a good legal payment ain't bad once in a while.
Nah. But it's never usually as good as plunder.
Fuck no.
I mean, I wasn't suggesting that we go straight all of a sudden. I'm just saying, if there's a pirate who wants another pirate taken out, then we might be able to offer our services.
Oh yeah, well, there is that.
Yeah, we the only problem with that is we don't have much of a well, we have no standing yet. I don't think the first thing we do is to kill someone and then piss off someone else. Everybody's got connections.
I mean, it will certainly make a splash.
It would, but so would your head if it landed in the water detached from your body.
I mean, that's a fair argument.
You know, like a massive splash because your head's fucking huge. Like, Christ.
Yeah, well, you know why? Because
you keep on saying that name. Who's that?
Oh, it's just some. Oh, it was some local bloke that always used to tell fucking weird stories. So we used to say, "Oh, Christ!" Anytime he came into the pub when I was young. Yeah. Oh, Christ! What do you want? Kind of. Yeah, he's a bit of an odd one. Sorry, old habits die hard and all that.
Plus, we had a bit of a complex.
Yeah, a bit of a complex. Yeah, I think he got strung up in the end. Pissed off the wrong people and yeah. Oh well, beggars can't be choosers, eh?
Oh, you know, always look on the bright side of life, right?
Yep.
Oh man, let's move on.
You hear a polite cough. So what can I bring you guys?
Hello, beautiful.
Sorry, I completely forgot to introduce myself. I am a Maiko, and this is my tavern.
And would you like to spell the sexy barmaid's name?
Yes. A-M.
Yep.
I.
Yep.
Sorry, E-I-K-O.
Wonderful. That sounds like someone I'd like to fuck. What?
I've only owned this tavern for a few years now, but I believe this is your first time here, yes?
It is indeed.
Well, I can assure you we offer a plethora of drinks and the best food in town. Oh, and we also have some lovely rooms if you're wishing to stay the night.
I think we're staying on our ship for now, but our friend here might be looking to procure a room from you a little later.
Yes, lovely. Well, if that's the case, then just let me know, and I'll have a room made up for you. In the meantime, what can I get you to drink?
Boys?
I will have your... I'll have your finest sherry, please.
Sherry? Okay.
What have you got in the way of local ales, my dear?
A local ale?
Yeah.
Well, we actually have a brewery in town.
Aye.
The Two Night Brewery, it's called. I can bring you one of their house ales.
Yeah. No, I'm always interested to see what the what people are cooking up around the place.
Have one of them too, please. A big one.
Of course. She smiles.
Captain?
Oh, I think I'll have a sherry as well. That sounds quite nice. I've not had one in for a long time.
Sherry.
Yeah, I saw that bottle behind the bar and I thought to myself, I hadn't had a sherry in a while.
Ain't sherry made just by letting wine go rotten?
Yeah. That's bloody lovely, though.
Completely ignoring them and just looking at her, sort of lean in, do the little pouty thing, and what would you recommend for me?
Well,
bucket of cold water.
depends on your taste. I'm not exactly sure what your tastes are, but personally, I've been enjoying this very lovely strawberry-infused wine recently. I could bring you some of that to taste if you like.
I would love to taste that one.
Okay. And if any of you are hungry, I have some spiced salmon in the kitchen.
Oh. Can I have a whole one?
I'll bring you a large portion.
Thank you.
I think for the table, all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck it. First time in port for a little while. Let's splash out a bit.
Lovely. Then I shall be right back with you.
Thank you,
Okay.
Rameka.
Wanders off back to the bar, leaving you to your conversation.
For fuck's sake, Torrin, will you wind your tongue back in?
Oh, I want to do many things with my tongue, mate.
Oh, that's yes. All right.
Hey, you've got your vices and I've got mine, and I'm still looking at the girl as she walks away.
Yeah. Like a cat hunting a rat.
It's more like a dog and eat.
Don't you dare talk about pussy when I'm around.
Oh. That was I walked right into that one. Oh.
Yes, you most certainly did. Anyway,
Anyway.
what are we on about? I've forgotten. I've got images in my head. Oh yeah. Question for you, Captain. Probably should have asked this before we got off the ship. What's the town's view on talent, shall we say, of my persuasion? I'm going to shock and grasp him under the fucking table.
Oh, for God's sakes.
No,
you're not.
Are you not?
No. Hold on.
Are you not going to take that? Because
No.
an
Yes.
18 says that you might.
Yes. Yes, that would hit.
I'm just going to grab your knee and I'm going to hit you with it.
Fuck's sake.
Cool, I rolled big damage on that. Sorry about that. I'm not sorry, fuck you.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, I'll blast him under the table with some shock and grasp and make his hair go on end. You haven't got any hair. Make your eyebrows go on end.
I hope we
What
don't get into a fight tonight.
What damage is that? 13.
Yeah, I rolled well.
It's rude is what that is.
You know that every time we level up, there's a chance of another dice getting added to that. Just so you're aware. Because Torrin likes to shock you.
We might have to think about like a voluntary minimal.
A voluntary minimum.
Yeah.
I'm happy to go with
Because,
like a minimum damage.
Yeah, you may end up killing him one of these days.
Yeah, I'd be happy to roll minimum damage just to hit him with 2 points of shock.
I think that's fair.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just hit you with 2 points of shock. It's like a
Enough not
static
to scare
charge.
the guests.
Yeah,
Okay, so we're doing 2, are we?
yeah, static shock with a little bit of a little bit more of a kick.
Static shock with malice.
Yes, absolutely.
In that case, I shall refrain from doing what I was about to do then.
You hear a buzzing sound and Dez's knee instinctively kicks from the shock and he smashes his knee on the underside of the table.
Oh,
You know-
I'm terribly sorry. It just slipped out of me.
Yeah, well, carry on like that, love, and we may see what other things can slip out of you.
Oh yeah. Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
Just remember, love, you're not the only one who can do the hocus pocus now.
Yeah, but you know I'm much fucking better at it.
What was the question again?
That. Can I do that in this city?
What, going around grabbing people and giving them Well,
It's more the use of that power that allows me to ruin his day,
oh right,
rather
no,
than just ruining his day.
like I said, you're basically free to do whatever you like here. You just have to deal with the consequences of whatever that action may cause.
Cool. Is it more of a severe consequence for potentially blowing someone up than it is just to stab them?
Oh, I don't know about that. They don't have anything particularly against magic or magical users here or anything like that.
Good to know.
It's less about the means and more about the who.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more like it's about the intent, not the way you do it.
Cool. So I can send a few lightning bolts up someone's junk, and they won't try and crucify me for it.
Well, they might do, but they might do that if you just use the sword.
That's
like
fair.
I said, I don't think it really matters how you piss somebody off. If they're pissed off, they're likely to retaliate.
Well, they can't retaliate if they're dead, though.
Let's try not to
So that's
find
probably
out.
that's probably a different problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fair. All right.
Like I said, you got to be a little bit careful in this town because most people who are here for any sort of time have friends. So
That's probably fair.
That goes back to my first point about taking things slow and finding out who's whose. But more on that.
Alright, well, I'll work the barmaid and you guys can work the rest of the city.
Yeah, that sounds good. But for tonight, it's a bit late to do anything other than drink and relax, and then
And work the barmaid.
you can do that. I'll be going back to the ship for a jolly good sleep.
Oh, I did have plans tonight.
Oh well,
You still up? You still up for that?
Yeah, of course I am.
That one,
I was just thinking it might be, if we could get it to work, this might be a good place to debut the new and improved Mr. Plug, and for people to see who he serves.
who's Mr. Plug then?
Oh, it's just an old friend of ours.
yeah. Friend in the like to cut his bollocks off kind of way.
All right.
Amongst other things.
Don't worry. You're a friend of we might pay for your drinks kind of way.
Oh well, I'm happy to oblige.
Yeah. He got everything. He got everything he deserved, and he deserves a whole lot more.
But
But,
more on that later, I think.
Yeah, well, we might leave that one for a bit. Probably better talked about when there aren't potentially ears.
That's right.
But
I
we
was
got some
thinking,
places to go and people to see. So
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. You mentioned this Captain Pigsworthy.
yeah,
you spoke very highly of him, and from what I heard, he's a very respectable fellow. I was just wondering whether, if you're planning to go talk to him anyway, maybe I could meet him, and maybe he could be helpful to me.
Oh, yeah. I imagine
maybe
so. I don't see why not.
your return
Maybe.
journey could be made much easier if he's headed that direction,
Well,
or if he's got a
to be honest,
crew to send that way.
to be honest, I haven't 100% decided where I'm going.
That's also fair.
I don't think I want to go back to Blood Cove, to be honest, now that I've facing retirement. I have not really decided, but as I said, but while I decide, I wanted to hang around here and enjoy myself. I think I could use somebody like Captain Pegsworthy just to if I were to live under his wing. Yeah, exactly. I don't know how long you guys are planning to stay around, but I thought I'd give it at least a couple of weeks.
Well, if he's around, we'd be more than happy to make the introduction. I think
All right,
I think
lovely.
you and him would hit it off.
Lovely. All right. And with that, he picks up his drink, which has just been brought to the table by a Maiko with your food. And I don't know if you have any other discussion topics, but I would say you spend, I don't know, how much of the evening do you want to spend here?
I think we'd probably spend a little bit just enjoying ourselves and,
Yeah.
and chatting.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll say you enjoy your meal. It's very good. I mean,
I will say, while we're at the table, underneath the table, I would do a detect magic ritual. Just 10 minutes of very under my breath chanting.
Okay.
Just to see if there's anything magical within the bar. I'm curious. It gives me a radius of 30 feet around me.
I bet the room lights up for you.
I'm just curious, in a local bar, is there anything that pings? Because it could be interesting.
Okay, give me 1 second. I
Magic
would
items
say,
come in the strangest of places.
how exact is it at that range?
It gives me a I can see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and I learn the school of magic, if any.
Okay.
And it's within 30 feet of me. It's a 30-foot sphere around me for 10 minutes. And the spell can penetrate most barriers, but it's blocked by a foot of stone, an inch of metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Okay, and how long is it up for?
It'll take me 10 minutes to cast it. It'll be up for 10 minutes.
Okay, in that case, I'll say, if while it's up, you see a Maiko is wearing... Is it really exact? Can you really see the specific item?
The aura would be around the item.
Okay.
Then
she seems to be wearing a... Well, she comes right up to the table. I think if you're staying there for an hour or two, she would have bring you more drinks.
Yes.
And if she's right next to you, I say she is wearing a ring, which seems to be magic.
Okay.
And there also seems to be a aura coming from behind the bar. There are a number of objects there, but you think it's coming from a rapier which is mounted on a plaque on a relatively central place behind the bar.
Okay. Do I know the school of magic of any of these items, or is it just basically a basic enchantment of some kind on most of them?
They're both just basic enchantments.
Okay. But that's just knowledge for me. So a ring on a Maiko.
A Maiko,
or
yeah.
a Maiko. And then a rapier behind the bar.
Also, the piece of the piece of metal that Des found.
Oh.
It has wait. It has a very, very faint, like almost like a residue of magic.
Yeah, it's been touched by something, or is part of something with a greater enchantment.
Yeah, there's some sort of residue, let's say. But the item itself doesn't seem to have any magical properties, though. Does that make sense?
Yeah. 100%.
Yep. Good to know. Maiko has a magical ring. God, I can't ask her to see a ring. That's fucking... Oh, that can be misconstrued.
I mean, you have basically stuck your tongue directly up her arse already anyway. You know, it's not going to make a great deal of difference you start asking about rings, is it?
Don't make me.
Oh,
Again.
as I said, if you're spending a couple of hours there, yeah, you'll enjoy various rounds of drinks, I would assume. The food itself was very good. Croup's been a bit of an improvement since you left the Man's Promise, and you started to kind of think his cooking was alright, but now compared to what you've been served tonight, you realise, like, yeah, he's still not the greatest cook, whereas this Maiko seems to be fairly talented. Also, she seems to have other talents because a couple times during the evening she actually goes up onto the stage and provides a little bit of light entertainment with song and music. One time she is playing, it kind of looks like a fiddle to you, but almost like elongated fiddle, which almost she kind of stands on her knee while she plays rather than under her chin like a normal fiddle. It's nothing you've ever seen before, but she plays it very beautifully indeed.
I presume cello-esque.
No, it's quite thinner. It's not like a cello. As I said, it seems quite unusual to you.
The musician in me is intrigued.
Yes. Very cool.
All right. I would be very flirtatious and very friendly with her. That's not something I need to roleplay. But I would very much enjoy any time she came to the table. Yeah.
Every time she does come to the table, I will make some sort of insinuation that Torrin has a horrendous dose of crabs.
I am going to shock and grasp you every time you do that. So how many times are you going to try that?
I suppose it depends on how
I
many
am
times
going
she
to
comes
be
to the table.
happy to roll that.
It's all going to depend on how many times she comes to the table.
You motherfucker. You're such a prick. Why are you cock blocking me? God. I don't know. What is it for a woman?
We don't need to go into that. We know what you mean.
Okay. So, as I said, was there anything else you wanted to specifically have a chat about while you're here?
How best to dispose of a body looking at Des?
No, I think is the answer to that. Not for me, anyway. Anyone else?
No. I'm having a wonderful time, thank you.
Yeah, I bet you fucking are, you dickhead.
As I said, you're welcome to stay there as long as you like. Fletcher would, at some point, have a word about having some rooms, and he will book 4 rooms for himself and his 3 friends.
Oh, man, I really wish I had the fucking sending spell. That would make things so much easier.
And as the evening goes on, he would actually want to go and get them, actually.
That sounds like a good idea. I would.
Yeah.
I'd offer to walk back with him.
Well, I'll go back as well because we've got a thing.
Yeah, we do have a thing.
The ship.
I'll also subtly, kind of like nudge Lani and my brother as well and say that we might be doing a thing if you're interested.
I'll come along. Make sure you don't get yourselves in trouble.
I think I know what you mean, but yeah. Okay.
It would appear we're going to go back to the ship.
Yep.
Okay. Fletcher gestures to the bar as you leave. All right, Michael, my dear, you shall be back shortly with some other friends of mine. It has been a pleasure, though.
Absolutely.
It has indeed been a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Well, the pleasure's been all mine, as you're welcome back anytime. We have warm food every evening and as much entertainment as I can provide. But yes, I hope to see you here again.
Oh, I will definitely be back.
Thank you for your hospitality. Shall we?
Indeed. Captain, after you.
All right.
And Captain, looking at Lani as well.
Slightly wobbly now after a couple of hours drinking.
Yeah.
Heads out into the night. and now it's fully night, and the streets have come alive a little bit. As I said, I am not going to mark and name every single bar and tavern in this town.
No.
That's fair.
But they are quite bountiful in number.
Wonderful.
As are other establishments for gambling and other fun things.
I might be frequenting this one.
And as I said, some of this is overflowing in the streets. The inside and out seems to be quite a blurred line in this town. So you are seeing various people sat in the street or walking down the street with drink in hand. And as you walk out, you do see off in the distance there seems to be a punch-up going on between a couple of drunk fellas. But seems quite standard. Yeah. No one seems to be bothering. Anybody walking past is hardly paying any attention. So, you all heading back to the ship?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
It would appear so.
Good. Then, as I said, Fletcher will collect his friends and say goodnight and head back to the Rusty Kraken, leaving you aboard the Howl.
I presume Sandara is somewhere on deck.
Yeah. She and Rosie have remained with the Owlbear.
All right.
And the three men from Captain Fletcher were also there. It seems that the six of them remained on board.
Fair enough. I'll sort of wander over to Rosie and ask how things have been and how the crew were and how she felt giving orders and things.
To Sandara?
Yes, to Sandara.
I think you said Rosie, but...
Sorry, yeah, to Sandara.
Yes, it was fine. It feels a bit strange, but I think I could get used to it.
Yeah, something that you feel might get a little bit easier with more tries.
Yes, of course. It felt unusual, but exciting.
Good. And I'll lean in close and say, "This isn't the officer speaking. This is me. How was it? Was it okay?"
Oh, yes, it was fine. I don't know. I feel like they were being very nice about it. I don't know how I would feel about ordering around people that I didn't really know. But as I said, I'm up for it.
Good. You're one that I trust. And if you enjoyed it and felt up to the task, then I might publicly ask you more often, if that's all right.
Oh, of course. I shall do it to the best of my ability.
Then that works. And I'll give her a little nod.
I had every faith in you, love.
Oh, thanks, Tess. Did you have fun in town?
Yeah, we found a bar, had some drink, had some food. It's that one. And I'll point towards it. The barmaid's nice.
Okay.
She's very accommodating. Good salmon.
Oh, maybe we can pop in there, she says, like glancing at Rosie.
Ah, well, you girls will have the day tomorrow, so you can enjoy and explore. And there's a what did he call it? A cathedral, a sort of pompous nickname for a
Yes.
a place of multiple faiths.
Oh, okay.
There would appear to be shrines to most major deities, and I presume that Besmara would have a shrine if there's something that interests you.
I assume she's one of the major worship deities in this region.
I would think so. Merkel, probably not so. As one of the old gods, but yes, Besmara would, I'm sure, appreciate you visiting her shrine here on the island.
Oh,
I'm planning on making a trip over there myself, Sandara. So if you'd like some company,
oh, sure, yeah, I'd love to pay a visit.
yeah, well,
Perhaps we can pop along tomorrow.
yeah, we'll do that tomorrow then.
Yeah, grab your brother as well. He, as much as I hate to say it, he seems to be...
He seems to have obtained some kind of gift, hasn't he?
Yeah, he seems to be involved, shall we say.
You know, I mean, I don't quite see the point in believing in Besmara now. Because I've met her. You know, I'm not going to go around believing in things that I know are real. I'm not going to believe in my brother here because I know he's real. And he's here.
I was going to say that's a bit blasphemous, but no, I know what you mean. I understand what you mean. Yeah.
Like, oh, mighty table, oh, for whom we are without. You know, you don't go around believing in stuff that you know is real.
Just minds that you pay her the proper respect, though, eh, bruv?
I mean, you know, I got her attention by telling her to go fuck herself, so...
Yeah, that might get stale.
Yeah, and the best way does, isn't it? At first. Do you remember the big lightning bolt that came down?
Yeah.
Yeah, but look at me now.
Did kind of kill you for it.
I mean, you know, women.
Well, I wasn't. We're going to have to work.
I'm going to look at him.
We're going to have to work on your deific etiquette, my friend.
And your mentioning of the fairest sex has lightning sparks from my fingers again.
Yes, Des, I would be a little bit careful. I mean, even as Besmara has chosen to bless you, that she is still a wrathful, tempestuous creature if crossed, so I wouldn't push your luck.
I'd be fine.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing you hit with another lightning bolt.
My brother, everybody.
You try and do it every other second, so you know I'm sure the interest will be wearing off soon.
Oh no, what I give you is just a taste of what I could do.
I have been hit by a lightning bolt, love. All right.
You want another one?
No.
Then shut the fuck up.
And love.
Nah, I'm walking away.
Right, we've got business to attend to.
Oh no! Oh no! 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 I owe her one now. I owe her plenty. From so as you begin to walk away, a flash of lightning strikes at one creature of my choice within 15 feet of me, and the target must succeed on a DC 13 strength save or be pulled back towards me.
God fucking damn it.
But I will also lower. There we go.
Oh.
I don't think so, love. Come here. I'm not finished talking to you. I will also voluntarily do the minimum damage because 14's a bit high for a wizard.
Yeah, that's almost half my hit points. Because I'm fucking tiny.
Yeah, so as you begin to walk away, I will make a kind of a whipping motion towards you and pull you back towards myself.
It's I imagine it almost like a dance where you grab someone and spin them back to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a tango.
Oh my god, I'm tangoing with the monk.
I think you hear a hot buzzing behind you, and then you feel the hairs on the back of your neck suddenly stand on end, and then suddenly you're tugged and spun around, and you find yourself back in front of Desi.
Probably falling on him at that point. Like,
I will, of course, definitely catch you.
you motherfucker.
So, don't go fucking around with lightning, love. You're not the only one who's got it anymore.
Grumble, grumble. I worked for my power. Grumble, grumble.
And I shall.
Fucking asshole got gifted it. Grumble, grumble.
Walk and talk.
May I have this dance, love?
You can fuck right off. And I'm gonna push him off me and stride to the fucking stairs.
Just walking along and on my breath going dun 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 dun.
I'm gonna walk down the stairs and then thaumaturgy the door shut in his face. And just slam it on his nose. Because you've turned me into a petty wizard, apparently. You little shit.
I bring out the best in people.
Yeah,
Okay,
no.
I'll say you eventually make your way below deck. After the slamming and opening of many doors.
Yeah.
And are you all heading down to Plug?
Yes, we would be heading down to the barrel that he calls home.
Yeah, I believe he was in the barrel in the bilges.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. So that is where you are now collecting yourselves?
Yeah.
I would say, do we have a room above the bilges? Is it just a storage deck, or is it like we had previously where all of the crew sleep?
Yeah, there would be a group room for sleeping. You have the main hold directly below the deck, and below that again there is a where the galley is, and there is a room for the crew to sleep. And there's a very small storeroom at one end, but I don't know if that's large enough or private enough for what you're doing.
Whatever is a private space, I would like to...
The captain's
The bilges are the bilges are fairly narrow, but they are private. So it's up to you. As Devvie just said, though, the captain is currently also not on the ship. So,
yeah, I would ask Lanny to grab the barrel that holds Plug and drag it out to or carry it out to the captain's quarters.
Yeah, I can grab that, of course.
Yeah, privacy's probably a good idea on this one.
it is starting to stink a bit, even through the barrel. You can. There's the telltale whiff of rotting flesh.
Yeah, probably should have packed him in salt or something, really, shouldn't I?
And
probably deal with that. Yeah, if we can drag the barrel to the captain's quarters, I would begin setting up a couple of candles and pulling out my spellbook from almost a holster on my leg that I have for it. And I'll begin leafing through the pages, and I will settle on a page that has sort of some fairly fresh ink. If you are paying any close attention to it. If you could crack the lid for me, Lana, you don't need to pull him out, but I do need to have some level of visual to him. I'll sort of
holding your breath.
I was going to say, as she says that, I'm going to step back and hold my nose.
Pull out a hand so I can at least What is the thing? Actually, it's 10 feet, and I don't have to see the target, actually, so I don't even have to pull out his hand. I just need to have the barrel within 10 feet of me.
Yeah, Lanny will take a deep breath and pry the barrel top open.
Before I do this, does anyone have a cloak that they don't mind giving up for a while?
Not on me.
Grab a sheet from somewhere.
That'll do. I don't want the rest of the crew to know what I've done here. At least not yet.
So I'll just go and find a sheet from their room somewhere.
Okay. I'd say you would find a sheet or something of the like.
And with that, I would ask Lanny to stand in front of the door, and for any curtains to be drawn so that the only real light is the 2 candles that I have lit and a light spell on Zima as she sits on my shoulder. Okay, are you boys ready for this?
Ready as we'll ever be, I reckon.
I don't know how this is going to go, but
I'm going to slowly draw my rapier.
there shouldn't be any issue,
Just in case.
but as far as the spells goes, he should be totally under my control.
Carry on.
Let me rejig my components for a moment, and I'll grab another couple of candles, make it 4 candles, and have everything nicely set out.
4 candles?
And
4 candles. Yeah, I'm gonna have handles for forks. Then it has 4 candles as well. And I'm gonna have my book lay out in front of me, and I'm gonna sit cross-legged with it in front of me. And at that point, I will begin casting the spell Animate Dead as I draw my scrimshaw dagger and cut across my palm and have blood running from my palm, landing not on my spellbook but near it. Not a deep cut, but just enough to have a drop or 2 falling as I cast this spell. It takes 1 minute, and I will have one hand holding my dagger, the other hand with some blood, and I'll have the hand of blood facing towards the barrel. And at the end of a minute, Sean,
The first thing that happens is a sound, almost like the intake of breath, but it doesn't appear to be coming from the body in front of you. It's almost as if it's coming from the room itself, and all air within the room is being sucked into the center. And then there is a sudden but small twitch, and another, and with this twitch you now hear like the crackle of gristle and cartilage. And now, almost independently, the various limbs and joints begin to twitch and move. The head begins rocking slightly from side to side in a jerking motion. And almost as if it's unfolding. The body of Mr. Plug, the flesh now pale and slightly, very slightly tinged with green and slightly swollen from the salty seawater saturated in its pores. The body begins to slowly rise and awkwardly stand. At its almost full height, the eyelids open, but the eyes themselves are almost completely white, and its mouth opens. You hear a faint moaning. Oh. And now before you stands Zombie Plug.
Zombie Plug.
Fucking hell, Torrin.
Well done, Torrin.
I'm going to say in Undercommon to Plug silence. And step forward.
Did you say silence?
Silence and step forward.
There's a slight rocking motion, at which point it does take a step towards you. First, one foot, there's a brief pause, and then the other foot almost drags into place beside the first. The whole body is almost slightly twisted and slightly off balance, probably because there's an arm missing. What happens to the other arm, actually?
Went in the barrel.
Good point.
I mean,
it back in the barrel.
Does it remain dead, or is the arm now like jerking on the floor?
I'm
you know what?
I don't know.
I'm going to say the other arm is lying on the floor, but the fingers are like jerking, and there is definitely movement in the detached limb, which is now lying on the floor next to him.
Wait.
It's not something I thought about. Torrin is going to be locked eyes with this visage of Plug. Not really taking in anything else that's going on within the room.
He is looking... He's kind of simultaneously looking directly at you and through you at the same time.
Yeah.
It's strange.
The hand that has the cut on it, I'm going to slowly step forward with the hand still outstretched towards Plug. And I'm going to say in Undercommon, do you know me?
Now, I have to think about this because I'm not sure how much memory he would have, and I'm pretty sure his intelligence would mean...
His intelligence, as far as I remember, is wank.
Yeah, exactly. So even if he had the memory of you, which I don't even know if he does, I don't even know if he would be able to communicate that.
A zombie stat block has the intelligence of 3.
Yeah, exactly.
And he understands the languages it knew in life, but he cannot speak.
Exactly. So I'm going to say he is unable to communicate. So even if he was able to answer your question, he doesn't.
Okay, I don't get a nod or a...
no,
or any...
There seems to be no attempt to even answer. I mean, you can assume he understands because you ordered him to step forward, and he did.
Yeah.
So he can obviously understand you, but he is either unwilling or unable to communicate.
Fair. I'm going to say to him, I'm going to give him a list of very simple commands to see that he does understand and he does follow orders. So, step back, raise your arm, crouch down, various simple movements to know that he does understand and obey.
Mm-hmm. He does appear to follow these orders to the best of his ability. A little bit slow and shambling, but as I said, he definitely is understanding of your words, and he's definitely compliant. And any time there's no order, he just kind of seems to stand there in like idle mode.
Yeah. If you have any doubts about this one, now is the time to voice it. But I think I got this right.
Well, he was defiant up to the very last, so I reckon if there was anything left of his will in there, he'd probably be quite defiant now as well. I reckon you've done it right. It looks...
Oh,
looks right.
Merkel be praised that I'm gonna sort of almost put my head in my hands with it. I can't fucking believe that worked. kind of motion and kind of sink to my knees. Fuck.
Well, what happens... Where do we keep him? Down here?
What do we do with him?
He'll fight.
Oh, that's good.
He's under my control. He'll do anything. Do you want to see?
Well...
In what way?
Do you want to just defend yourself and he'll follow orders that I give him?
Are you trying to trick me into being attacked by a zombie?
Absolutely not. I'm attempting to assess his ability.
She's telling you outright that he's going to attack you.
Yeah. I want to know what he's capable of now that I've brought him back from the fucking dead. How did I do this?
Great question.
This is...
Bloody brilliant. But
this is fucking scary, but...
Oh, he would if he could see it, if the live version of him could see himself now, he'd fucking hate it.
Oh, I know, and that's why he had to be my first.
Oh yeah, it brings me immense pleasure.
This cunt deserves everything that's coming to him. He's gonna be a meat shield that we're gonna build our empire on.
Empire? Alright, I like the sound of that.
Oh, I got big plans.
Well,
he isn't the only one I can control.
That's both scary and exciting.
If I've got this right, the more powerful I become, the more of these I can make.
Yeah.
And the more of these I can control. Not necessarily an army, but they might take up some of our crew at least.
Crew that never tires.
A crew that never sleeps, doesn't breathe.
Haven't there been songs written about that? And they never turn out very well.
But none of them have been controlled by me.
Yeah, that doesn't make it any better.
Oh, I'm excited about this. Hey. Stand next to him.
Who, me?
Who are you talking to?
All of you.
Alright. I'll go and stand next to him.
Take a selfie.
Let me take a selfie.
Push him. Flick his ear. Pull his nose. He won't do anything.
I am not touching that.
But You know, I would, but he's a bit juicy.
He's a bit runny.
Bit tacky.
It's doing his own juices.
Also, you know, the smell gets worse the closer you get.
Yeah, I mean, there's one thing, Torrin. I mean, what do we do with him now?
We put him below deck.
What, and he just stays there?
Yep.
He just sits down there and rots.
Well, he's not rotten now.
He fucking smells it.
He might smell it, but he ain't.
That's a good point. Does he continue to decompose, or is he
Nope.
kind of in a magical stasis, as it were?
It would appear that way.
Well, I
He
mean,
will
that's useful.
hold the way he is. He is almost frozen in his state of undead.
Wow.
That's fun to say.
I have to say, I've seen quite a few
I
things.
created
and
undeath.
that's a new one.
Sorry, I just remembered something. I described him opening his eyelids and his eyes being white, but he doesn't actually have any eyeballs.
No,
Of course.
I squished those.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah,
I
of course.
I don't think he can. I guess he's blind. Can
God,
zombies see? I guess zombies can see.
Zombies see,
Yeah,
but if he has no eyes,
yeah.
is he blind? Have I got a blind zombie?
Got a blind zombie.
Damn it!
Look. All right. If I'd known this is what you planned, I wouldn't have squished them.
Yeah,
I mean,
arm off either.
Shit. This is not something we need to keep. This is proof of power. This is.
It's a good proof of concept. Let's put it that way. It's
He's my first.
Maybe,
He's your
yeah,
first.
maybe, Torrin. If we, he was an experiment, and maybe we can find some other less like rotten
A fresher one.
body. Yeah.
We're gonna turn into the pirate Birkin Hare.
There's not much fresh about undeath, Captain.
depends on how soon you get them.
Well, that's what I'm about to say. You know, if we rolled Pluggy Boy here out on deck and said, yeah, he's going to be, you know, manning the ropes now, I think we might have a bit of a revolt on our hands. But if we were to say, you know, find someone at the point of death and you resurrect them straight away, then there ain't be much difference between them and anybody else, is there? And I've just realised that the words that are coming out of my mouth are that.
Torrin has the biggest fucking smile you have ever seen. I did it. I don't care about anything that you've just said. I created undeath.
Well,
I slap her on the back and say,
is your responsibility now. I'm off to bed. Nighty night,
Oh, he
everyone.
ain't no responsibility. I can chuck him off the fucking boat and fucking leave him.
Can I do it?
Hold on, out of interest, if you do that, what happens?
In about 24 hours, I will lose control over him unless I cast a spell again.
Right. So what? You're just going to chuck someone across, chuck something into the water, lose control of it, and then this town has to deal with a rogue zombie floating around in the water.
It's only one.
It's only one.
I thought we were going to keep him anyway as a...
Oh no, we are.
All right.
But one zombie, that ain't nothing to worry about. You wait till I've got more of them.
Oh.
Do they have to be humans too? Or
Humanoid. I mean, I could turn you into a zombie, but you'd have to be dead first.
yeah, I don't want to be a zombie, Torrin.
I'd rather you be alive too. Quite frankly, you're much more useful that way.
That's no, Torrin. Torrin,
Yeah.
that's not how we talk to our friends, Torrin.
Well, it's not how I talk to you.
You don't say to someone. I hope I'm not going to turn into a zombie because you're more useful alive. All right.
Okay. Then I'll say to you, I'll turn you into a zombie because I don't like you. How's that?
That's fair. However,
you're an acquaintance. He's a friend.
He's more useful, but he is alive.
Oh, I see. It's like that.
Yeah. I mean, he spent every fucking waking moment trying to cock block me tonight.
That's just funny.
Yeah.
What's funny? What's funny?
Yeah. Yeah, until I conjure some crabs for you that won't go away.
Oh, that's just nasty.
Oh, yeah. I can do that.
Right, well, I'm off to bed. This has been a lot of excitement.
Oh, this has been a lot of fun. Where do we keep him?
Oh, I think down in the bilges. I think his barrel should be his little house.
In the barrel.
Ooh.
Fold him up and put him back in the barrel.
I got an idea. I'm gonna pull out of my satchel type thing that I've got the manacles of compliance.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna put the manacles on him, and I have the key still in my bag. And I'm going to attach the manacles of compliance to plug. Which, as far as the item goes, grants advantage on intimidation checks against the wearer. In addition, the holder of the manacles key can cast command on the wearer of the shackles 3 times per day.
I mean,
that means even if I lose control over him, I can cast command on him.
Yeah, right now it's kind of redundant, but if you were for whatever reason lost control of him, then you would still have. Well, he would be manacled. Hang on, he's only got one arm. What are you manacling?
I can manacle an arm to a leg.
To be fair, he is folded in half, so his arms and his legs are very close together.
Okay, he's now kind of stooped over.
Yep.
Hunchbacked.
Yep.
His remaining arm attached to the ankle of his right
Sean,
leg.
I need some zombie plug with one arm and no eyes art, please. This is going to be fucking wonderful. I'm just sorry, but this.
I wish we had bad art.
Oh my god!
Stood there with his head in his hands, like Torrin. Torrin.
Yeah, yeah. What do you want? Do you want to join him?
At what point do you say, you know what, it's not worth keeping this one alive and we move on to the next one?
When I've got the next one. You want to be the next one?
Look, right, this flirting is getting a bit boring now, right? You're not going to kill me, and you're not going to resurrect me as a zombie, all right? Let's just put that to bed. I am slightly concerned. You have
no idea what I'm going to do when you're dead.
I'm slightly concerned that one of the crew is going to come down here and find him, and next thing we know, we're going to have a full-on revolt on our hands because we're keeping fucking zombies in the bilges.
You let me worry about that.
No, I'm worried about that.
He's manacled. He's got one arm.
We should probably let's just be honest with the crew.
Oh, we will. Just when we're out to sea. So they can't run the fuck away. So they can acclimate to the idea before we get to port. And then if they decide to run away, then we deal with it.
Alright. Well, okay.
Hey, you, what was the name you wanted for this ship? The Bloodwake?
Yeah.
What about the Bloodwake with its army of crew that doesn't eat, doesn't sleep, doesn't breathe, can attack you from any point?
We don't have to share our loot with them.
And we don't have to share our loot with them.
Brother!
What? It makes sense, bruv.
Oh, it makes a lot of sense, and all I have to do is spend 1 minute a day casting a spell.
You know what?
You know what?
She just has to prove that she can handle it.
You know what? Today's a very special day because it turns out there is a line that I won't cross.
That's good. You don't have to cross it. I waved that line goodbye a long time ago.
I am uncomfortable.
And that's just the way I like it. Keeps you on your toes.
I'm willing.
Makes you wonder what I'll do if you die on this ship.
Oh my God! Oh.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. That's getting a bit personal now. He is my brother.
Torrin is giggling. Torrin is happily giggling, laughing at the fact that your poor, poor brother is scared out of his fucking mind.
Hold on, I did not say I was scared. I said I was mildly concerned.
That bit of piss trickling down your legs says otherwise.
I'm actually slightly more concerned now that Torrin may, in fact, be going a little bit power mad.
Oh no, she's totally power mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't going power mad. I've been power mad from the start. You just haven't realised until this point.
So, Sean, you know, I don't know if you had a big bad set for this campaign or not, but I think it may just arrive.
But it's Torrin.
Are we the baddies?
I'm not saying...
Fuck yes, we're the baddies.
Look at her necklace. It's got a skull on it.
It's a fucking skull. And none of you asked of what type of skull it is. It's great. That's just been totally glossed over. Anyway.
Does the type of skull matter?
Never you mind. Anyway. Torrin is sitting on the floor, looking at Plug, who she has ordered to sit cross-legged in front of her now. While manacled, which makes for some odd gymnastics, which, again, she finds hilarious, and is just sort of giggling and looking at him.
I'm gonna shoot a look at my brother, and
I'm gonna
nod.
Kind of give an apologetic shrug.
I'm gonna nod towards the door and start walking that way.
I'm gonna follow him.
We're going to step outside. We're going to go up onto the deck
Mm-hmm.
and see make sure there's nobody around.
Rosie and Sandara are on deck.
I'm going to go to somewhere where they're not.
Below deck?
Fine.
We will walk down the gangplank a bit and stand on the dock.
Yes.
And then?
Brother.
Yes, bruv.
I have concerns, brother.
I'm going to mute myself at this particular point because I'm going to laugh. I'm just going to laugh.
Do you know what? It in a practical way, it does make sense, but... And you know I don't scare easily. But my skin's itching a bit at this. A little bit.
I'm not concerned. With who she's brought back. I'm not concerned that she's brought anything back at all. I'm concerned with how she is reacting to it.
Well, I'm hoping it's like a kid with a new toy, you know. All the excitement comes out in the first day, and then gradually it kind of simmers down and they either lose interest or they play with it in moderation.
Yeah, well, I have counted no less than three times so far in the space of a few minutes where she has suggested that I am going to be brought back as a zombie at some point.
I will not let that happen.
And,
No.
you know, before...
People are just...
Daddy!
Hey,
How the fuck did you keep creep up? You're huge!
Yeah, Lani suddenly appears beside you.
Now, I mean, me and Torrin have got this, this little back and forth that we have, and I've got no problem with that. It's funny. It stopped being funny a bit now.
But well, yeah, it got a bit personal. I have to say, I started getting a bit uncomfortable with saying what she was going to do when you were. I ain't even going to think about that. But I won't. A, I won't let you die, and B, if you did, I wouldn't let that happen to you.
It's the implication that it concerns me. Is that she has flipped from being what I have seen to be a colleague to now as being a potential problem.
Lanny, what's your thoughts?
I mean, it's a funny one because I get what Torrin means. It could be quite useful, but it is a bit sinister, isn't it?
It's a wonderful word, Lanny, yes.
It's a bit further than my particular brand of shadiness.
Shady? Shady? This is positively pitch black.
Yeah. Well, let's play it by ear. I mean, maybe we should have like a safe word or something.
I'm not suggesting that we make a move on her. I'm not suggesting that she be dealt with out of hand. However, if her mood continues to go on, carry on down the path that it appears to be heading down, then I cannot help but feel that there may be some sort of confrontation down the line.
Yeah, I hear that loud and clear, bruv. Don't worry. To be honest, I was so interested by what she could do, I forgot to stop and think whether she should do it.
Just read the comment on the chat. Torrin giggles from the captain's quarters. Listen!
What?
Listen to it! She's just putting the... Was that...
At least she's not got that sinister laugh yet, like deep, like cackle.
Right, yeah. The thing is, the problem is, next thing we know, we're gonna come up on deck one day to find that she has laid out a bunch of electrical equipment and is calling lightning down to bring things back to life.
Just get her a little colleague. Calls her master.
Well, anyway, I am concerned. And I'm also slightly concerned the fact that Lanny managed to creep up on us like that without us noticing.
Yeah, Lanny, when did you learn how to do that?
I have got a good stealth. I always have. Been quite nimble on my feet.
Ah, well done. You caught the both of us off guard.
Yeah, that's not particularly easy.
You just seemed a bit distracted by, I think, Torrin. I think she spooked you a little bit.
Well, I mean, I do not spook easily, Lenny, thank you, but it is a concern.
We can all agree, right? If it goes too far, we do something about it, right?
I would agree, yes. I mean, I'm not suggesting we take measures, without consideration.
Oh, no.
But, I am concerned.
I think we need to very much keep her on side, but if she does go a bit too crazy, then we do something, maybe.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, as my brother says, this may well just be exuberance from a spell gone right the first time.
So.
But I will be keeping an eye on her.
Will we all? Don't worry, bruv. There's, yeah. The events of the last 10 minutes or so have been quite something, and I'm practically giddy from it. But
coming back down to earth. Yeah, you're right. We should keep an eye on the situation and be ready to act if we need to.
I agree, and I do not go in for cloak and dagger bullshit like you, brother. So I will be telling her as such that this is that I am having a concern.
I think that's fair. I think everyone deserves to know where they stand.
I mean, Plug certainly doesn't right now.
Uh,
He's hopping around on one leg.
Yeah. Oh. That's going to be amusing for a while.
Yeah.
I'd love to have him march onto the deck of Aragon's ship.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
I mean,
funny little reunion.
Yeah, I know. And if we are in the business for infamy, I suppose that is one way of getting it.
Okay, let's sleep on it. Got some things I need to do tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So we should all get our head down.
Right then. Yes. So with that I will go back onto the ship. And I will seek out Torrin.
Still in the room. I have Plug stood up. And I am almost inspecting him, but also I've grabbed his arm, and I'm attempting to cast Mending, seeing whether it will attach.
This is not gonna. This little tableau is not gonna help. Just gonna knock on the door and walk in. And without glancing out first, like, right, Torrin, we have had a discussion, and I feel that you need to. What the fuck are you doing?
I'm just looking at you with an arm in one hand and Plug stood next to me, like, what?
What are you doing?
What's up? I didn't really account for the bodily harm before death thing. And he's probably more useful with 2 arms and not 1, so I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to make that work. But he might just have 1 arm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what's up? And I'll almost sling the arm over my shoulder as if like old school, like farmer with a shovel kind of thing, just nonchalantly have the arm on my shoulder, like, hey, what's up? Having a conversation at the farm border over a hedge kind of thing. Just totally nonplussed by the fact that there's a softly moaning zombie next to her, and she's holding its arm that's slightly twitching.
Right. Torrin?
Yes?
I am concerned.
About what?
You, in this instance. Now, I'm very happy for you that you have managed to, do this thing. And
giving him an eye.
Whilst this is an accomplishment, sorry, can you put the arm down, please?
What? Oh, that. I'll just say to Plug, hold this, and I'm going to hand him his own arm. Sorry, you were saying?
I was saying, yeah, yeah. Fucking hell, Torrin. Look, I just need to ask: are you planning on becoming some sort of fucking necromancer with a horde of undead who's going to sweep over the world and destroy it?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because, I'm
planning on having a crew of people I don't have to share loot with, and also gain infamy in the Shackles.
Because I'm slightly concerned now that I have been sent back by Besmara to deal with an evil that is growing in the Shackles that is going to destroy the place. I'm now slightly concerned that might be you.
Really? Really?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
I'm an asshole, but I like you.
A second ago, you were discussing at length what you were going to do to me once I was dead.
I'm joking. Man, have a sense of humour.
I am severely lacking in a sense of humour right now.
Clearly. I'm an asshole, okay? I know that. But despite the fact that you cock-block me with the hot barmaid, and you constantly, unequivocally get on my fucking nerves,
It was also funny.
I actually quite like you and your brother.
I'm getting very mixed signals for you right now.
You're a cunt.
Granted.
I'm a cunt.
Granted.
Why not be cunts together?
I am confused.
If you say you're aroused, I swear to fuck, I'm gonna lightning bolt you.
I said confused.
Yeah, you better fucking keep it that way. Look, I'm not gonna turn you into a zombie, okay? I like you. I'd much rather you, your brother, and our dear captain stay alive. This is a good thing we have.
Am I being gaslit right now? I really can't tell.
What?
Well, there's a roll for that. I'm going to roll inside.
Oh yeah.
That's an 18. Is she telling the truth?
Oh, she's rolling.
Yeah. I'm 100% telling the truth.
Okay. Yeah. See,
I'm not attempting to deceive you in any way, shape, or form.
she's straight up, bruv. You know, I've got a way of telling.
Yeah, you do. Right. I mean,
Look,
Torrin, I joking aside, right? I am not the most serious of people. It has been noted.
yes.
However, your reaction to this event has put me on edge.
This event, this is magic I've never done before. I'm excited. This means that all the other shit that I've got in my brain might actually work.
It's not filling me with confidence, Torrin.
This is proof of concept. If I can bring back an asshole that I would rather like to electrify the testicles of till the end of time, what else can I do? What else can I create? And all that is going to do is help us get money, get power, get influence, and have a better fucking life than we had before we got press ganged in this miserable fucking life. There are very few people I care about in this world. And I'm starting to warm to you fucks. But at this point, I care about me and making a better life for me. And the dead people that I am then getting to help me, I don't give a fuck who they are, what they've done. Except Plug, because he's a cunt and he deserves it. If, I don't know, one of the Rahadumis falls dead tomorrow, I don't know, scurvy, or he pissed off a prostitute, I don't give a shit. I will happily take his body and make another one of these, and get him to continue to serve this ship, and us, might I add, until his untimely demise for a second time. And then technically I can bring him back and it'll go on and on and on. But that's not the point.
I'm just going to lean to one side and say, bruv, just go check on all the Rahadumis to make sure that they're all in good health. Yes!
I think she was just using an example, mate.
I don't care whether it's him or whether it's one of the fucks that Fletcher brought us or fucking Tally or Group. Like, I like them. They're good crew. But at this point, can they still do their jobs while they're dead and then not eat, sleep, or breathe? Yes. They're intelligent enough to follow orders and they're strong enough to get it done. And they're not smart enough to fight back.
Yeah, I mean, I have.
And all it takes is 60 seconds of my day when I wake up to make sure that I have control over them. And that doesn't go away. That's it.
I think I know this is a very unfamiliar feeling for me. I feel I'm having some sort of ethical dilemma.
Really? You're his brother, and you're having an ethical dilemma.
I mean, it's one thing to like, you know, kill someone who you need to take something from, and to, you know, seek out vengeance on someone who's wronged you. You know, those are all basic things. However, in taking a person who has already died and then forcing them to do your will is not entirely dissimilar to press ganging someone, in my view.
I ain't taking his soul, I'm taking his body. That he ain't using anymore.
I don't know. I feel slightly...
Alright, let me put it to you this way. You got a tree, right? And it's living.
Yeah.
And then you cut it down with an axe, and it's dead. Does the bit of dead tree that you've got care what the fuck you do with it?
No, Torrin. But
you can make it into a fucking axe to kill more trees. You can turn it into a table, so the people that you've killed can be put on to be turned into things that will kill more trees. You can make, I don't know, a fork out of it. You can carve a statue out of it. You can do whatever the fuck you like, but if it's dead, the tree doesn't give a shit. If you cut a branch off a tree, that branch doesn't have its own life and its own aspirations. It's fucking dead.
It's a tree!
It's the same fucking thing.
I'm slightly concerned you might be a sociopath.
It was living, now it's dead. Use the dead bit that no one else is using for something else.
I mean,
What about this shit do you not get?
you can't flaw the logic.
I can't believe
See?
it.
Listen to your brother.
This is the problem.
I ain't doing shit with their soul or their fucking essence or whatever. The only reason I want Plug is because he's a cunt and it makes me feel better to do this. I'm going to punch the zombie in the face.
I can understand the Plug thing, because that's personal.
He don't fucking fight back. Punch him again.
I mean, yeah, I would have to argue that takes most of the fun out of it, but that's beside the point.
He can fight back if you want him to.
Again,
I'll get him to lumber towards him.
No.
Stop. Get him to stop. Come back. Get him to wander back.
I am incredibly uncomfortable with this. However,
Why? Why are you uncomfortable? It's dead. It's a slab of meat. It's the same as fucking, I don't know, feeding the pig to the sharks that we did on fucking Harrigan's ship. It's dead. It don't matter what the fuck you do with what's left.
apparently I have some sort of ethical issue with the fact that this used to be a person. Alright?
He wasn't a person, he was a cunt!
This one? Yes! I don't have a problem with this one. He was indeed a cunt, as you say. However, I'm more concerned with the next one, and then the next one, and the next one, and the next one.
Okay, do you want me to only raise from the dead people that are assholes?
Well, Torrin, it is not my decision as to what you do. I cannot advise you or tell you what to do. However,
you can advise, and I can choose to ignore you, but what do you want? What about this process do you not like? The fact that it's bringing people back from the dead, or bringing people back from the dead that, I don't know, might have some level of moral compass that may be upset. When they're dead, they don't say anything. Look, speak. See, he doesn't say anything. He's fucking dead.
I think that my issue is that it's not necessarily what's happening. It's more to do with your attitude towards it.
I mean, which issue? You've got quite a few of them.
I have several issues. Yes.
Yeah, you do.
That is beside the point currently. Honestly, this is
Look, I'm going to pull out my dagger. This was made. Oh, shut the fuck up! This was made from something that is dead. Does whatever's dead feel upset about the fact that its fucking jaw was made into a weapon that's going to kill other things? No.
Sorry, I think this is my concern. You're treating these things, these ex people as things. You cannot see the difference.
It is.
You can't see the difference.
It's dead. It's an object.
You can't see the difference between the ex person and the tree.
Look, okay. In magical terms, there are creatures and objects. And some things work on creatures, and some things work on objects. My magic healing only works on creatures, and not objects. If it's dead, the healing doesn't work, because it's an object! It's a thing! It does nothing!
Is this argument raising some interest
I was
from the
just
rest of the crew?
I was just going to ask, where are you having this conversation?
This is in the captain's quarters.
You are in the captain's quarters? Okay.
Yes.
And all four of you are in there? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
5.
Well, 5 technically, because Plug's here.
Well,
Apparently not. Apparently he's a thing.
No, he's a creature now, because I made him a fucking creature! He was an object! I cast magic on him, now he's a creature! If he dies, he's a fucking object again!
This is not helping your argument!
You look round and Lanny's actually laid in the hammock. He's already asleep.
See, Lanny doesn't give a shit, why do you?
Honestly, Torrin, I don't know!
I think this is something we should sleep on.
I'm having concerns that I didn't think I would have before.
Have you become a pirate and then grown a conscience?
I think you might.
What's wrong with you?
I make all these jokes about the fact that, you know, I managed to attract the attention of a god by telling her to go fuck herself. However, it has opened up a whole new series of issues for me in the fact that if gods do exist, it means that souls exist, and if souls exist, it means that I've got one, and if I've got one, then it can be corrupted, and if I've got one that can be corrupted, it means that you've got one that can be corrupted. Right? People who raise the dead, generally speaking, tend to not find good ends.
And how many people do you know that have raised the dead?
I haven't known many, but you hear stories, especially in our...
Stories. Stories. You mean those things that get embellished constantly and changed so that people get their kids to stay in bed at night?
Yes.
Oh, watch for the boogeyman. He might come and get you. That ain't fucking real.
No, but then I may have argued yesterday that raising the dead wasn't real. Or the day before that when we got attacked by a horde of zombies coming up the beach to kill us all.
But I have control of this one.
Until you don't.
It's a dog.
Dogs
It's
bite.
the same. Yeah.
Bad
The
enough.
zombie will bite if you let him. If I tell him to.
Right. Well, I do not believe we are going to come to any kind of agreement here. So I will tell you straight, because I'm not going to go creeping around your back. If I feel you are heading down a dark path, I will tell you. If you continue to head down the dark path, then we will take steps to try and remedy that.
And what do I have to do to persuade you to not think I'm on a quote unquote dark path? Ooh, scary.
Fine. There's nothing you can do. I will just keep an eye out.
So you are judge, jury, and executioner of whether I am doing something wrong or not?
Wouldn't use the word executioner.
But you're judge and jury then.
No, I'm merely going to be keeping an eye out.
So you're a nosy prick then.
I mean, I think that's pretty much granted at this point.
It's fair. We've known each other long enough. Look,
as
you
say,
may not agree with my methods, but as soon as you give it a chance, my methods are going to produce results. And we will become the most feared pirates in the entirety of the Shackles, with our ship that spews blood as we sail, and with our crew that does not eat, does not sleep, does not breathe, does not wane in the sight of unbeatable odds until they beat them. And we will take the ships and the plunder of every single ship we try and fight. We will win. We will be rich. We will be famous. We will be infamous. And we'll be the best fucking pirates this place has ever seen. And if you think that that's a bad thing, or if you think that my methods are too bad or too misguided when we're pirates and we were plucked out of obscurity and brought into this life without even a single thought of what would happen to us. We were forced into this life. I wasn't happy where I was, but I was fucking happier than being on a goddamn ship with a tyrant like this prick.
yeah, but of course there is the question of, was all that meant to happen? Are we currently where we are supposed to be?
You mean like fate?
Besmara suggested that I had been chosen in some way. You know, no bullshit in here, no fucking about aside. She has suggested that a great evil is rising in the Shackles, and I have been tasked with stopping it. Now,
maybe because you were the right place at the right time. Do you think that you were placed here by Besmara?
It seems like a...
Or did you think, hey, that guy might be useful, he seems to be doing pretty well for himself. Maybe I'll give him a push in the right direction to see if he'll help me.
That's the problem in it. There's absolutely no fucking way of knowing.
Oh, you've already spoken to your god face to face, why don't you ask her?
Maybe I will. But I'm just concerned that things are moving very, very quickly.
This ain't quick, this is years of work and study and trial and error to be able to do something.
Right.
This is nowhere near the limit of my power.
Yeah, see, it's when you say things like that I start to get slightly concerned.
But you're my friend.
Yes, I am your friend, which is why I'm concerned.
And I'm gonna step forward and attempt to grab his hand.
I'm gonna... there's been too many shocks this evening.
Look, okay, just here, and I'll extend a hand slowly, as if for a handshake.
We'll take the hand.
And I will slowly pull it towards me, with the other hand slowly placed on top. I am not a threat to you. None of this is a threat to you. The only people it threatens are the people that tried to put us down and mistreat us and cause us to become part of this life. Mr. Plug over here only serves as proof that I am able to do this again and create something that helps us against this threat. These people that think they can control us. We control us. That's it. And your god wants you to do something? Sure. my god, I don't know what my god wants. But I listen to him and I speak to him, and if he decides to speak back to me, then I'll do something. But for now, I've learnt all I can from him, and I'm attempting to put his word, his ethic, his desire into what I do. Does that make sense to you? Does that...
Yeah, no, it does. It does, Torrin. It makes sense. It really does. And I can see where you're coming from on this. But it doesn't stop me being concerned.
And concern is okay.
So going forward, I will be the little angel on your shoulder. I am going to be your conscience.
That does not fill me with any sense of decency or love or protection that you may think it does.
No, absolutely not. This was not in any way meant to be any kind of warm or cozy moment that we're having here.
You as an angel is a fucking terrifying thought.
I know, but however, as I may have mentioned, I am on a mission from God.
And my God loves what I'm doing.
Yeah, we're going back into creepy now. Right, I'm going to take my hand back now, thank you. And I think that's I don't think we're going to get much further with this evening. So you carry on, Mr. Plug.
I will.
Nice to see you again. And I am going to...
He's just going to cock his head towards the sound of Dez's voice.
Yeah, I'm going to bed now.
Sleep well.
Oh, fuck off. Right, hold on.
I'm going to give him a little
No.
smile.
Hold on. If I wake up in the night to find him standing over my bunk, he is not going to be on the ship in the morning. You understand?
Well, you going to throw him over, or you're just going to punch him to undeath again?
Pieces, Torrin.
Oh, but if you put him into pieces, I can't bring him back again.
Thank you for mentioning that. That is very useful information.
Look, that's not the point. He's useful, okay?
Right, well then, I'm just saying.
Tomorrow, I am going to find an armourer, and I'm going to get him some armour and a sword, and he's going to be able to help us in fights. I'm also going to get him a cloak that allows him to disguise the fact that he's a little bit...
different.
That's the word I'm looking for. Look, this is not something that I know how anyone is going to react, but this is good for us. We have an unwavering, unblinking, unfeeling thing that will do what we tell it to do. Look, order it to do something. Speak in Undercommon and tell it to do something.
Speaking Undercommon. Plug, hop on the 1 foot that you have available to you.
He's got 2 legs, just 1 arm.
Yeah, but I thought his arm was shackled to his leg.
Manacled.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. He's probably shackled to the other leg as well, so he looks like a twat. Just because right arm to left leg would be funny to me.
The zombie plug will not comply to
No, I don't think
Dez's
you would.
orders.
Sorry, hold on. Plug, listen to him. Try again.
Zombie Plug, hop on 1 leg.
Zombie plug, after a brief moment, makes a movement which you can assume is a hop, considering his restrained limbs. But after 1 attempt, it actually falls over to the ground and is now struggling to get back up to his feet again.
Oh.
Alright, okay. Look, he's not a fucking dancer, but you get the idea. This thing, he's not Plug anymore. He's a shell. It's a thing, but it'll listen, and I can create more. And the more I do it, the better I get at it. And pretty soon, I'll be able to do more and create better things, more powerful things, more
Torrin,
capable things.
Torrin.
That will listen to us. What?
Know when to stop, love. That's We'll I'll talk to you separately about this. All right.
It listens.
Yeah.
It does things. It's good.
I know.
It'll help.
Yeah.
She's just gonna. It's gonna be the talking to herself thing. It's gonna be the making hand gestures and this is and then that and then this and she's just gonna.
I'll start pushing my brother out the door and I'll just say, just keep him away from our brother for now. All right. Just be sensible.
Look, he's fine.
All right.
He's fine. He's got the manacles on him. We're going to keep him below deck. I'm going to put a fucking cloak on him and some armor on him.
We're
and
out
he's
the
going
door.
to. Yep. I'll talk to you in the morning. Yep. Lanny? Oh, you're asleep. Okay. Pluggy, what can we do with you? And I imagine a fade to black on our room at this point.
Say that again.
I imagine the room fades to black at this point as I am left alone with my creation.
As the camera pans away.
I would kind of like to know what you plan to do with him.
At this point, it's going to be testing his range of motion and seeing what he can do. And
okay, so you want
I would probably get him to attack me to see how he moves and various different things.
You spend the rest of your evening playing with your zombie plug.
Playing with my toy.
Playing with your zombie plug does not bring up images that I ever want to.
Hey, it's not a butt plug, it's a zombie plug.
Yeah, no, not helping.
Nope. Nope.
The aforementioned.
I love D&D.
The aforementioned Lanny snores in the hammock, which is slightly too small for him, but he's still managed to perch himself within it. Des and Devvie, the two twins, head below deck to their own hammocks. And I guess that's where we'll call it for tonight. Mm-hmm. And we'll end tonight's session there. Whew.
Wow.
Nadz, you want to take us out?
I don't, but I know someone who does.
Thank you very much for watching this episode of the Dungeons and Dragons edition of Skull and Shackles, led by DM Sean. You can find us on all our social media channels at TNT Nerds on all of them, apart from Instagram, which is TNT_nerds, for reasons. And join us hopefully next week, pending no more illnesses.
Not next week. Not next week.
Not next week. No, it's not next. Thank you, bruv. Thank you. Not next week, but the week after, Thursday, same time, about 8:30-ish UK time. And until then, don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
See you next time, guys.
And treat your zombies with respect.
And don't use them as a plug.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.